Hey friends, today on the podcast we head up to Munising. We're talking about kayaking the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. Ladies, how are you today?
Very well, thank you.
I'm good. How you doing, Eric?
I am amazing. It is great to see you again, Corianne. And before we kind of jump in and talk kayaking, how's the season been going so far?
It's been going really well now that kids are out of school, starting to warm up. It's going pretty good.
So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about kayaking the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. I literally just did this 5 days ago, so this is very timely for me to jump in. And Captain, I was on your vessel when we were able to do this, and so it's an amazing experience. And before we kind of talk about what the experience is, let's talk about you and the company itself. Like, where did it start? How did it kind of born out of this? I know that I believe you're a local. Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So like, how did this all come about? What was, what got you into being a captain?
Okay, so my history as being a captain, I'll try to make it short and sweet.
We have all the time in the world, so do whatever you want to do.
I started actually on a 70-foot pirate ship that used to run, and I absorbed everything into that. And through this adventure, I come from an IT background. I'm actually a total IT person, went to school for it. That's all I did. I had this opportunity to coming to the boat world. And wow, what a decision it's been. So I started on a 70-foot pirate ship and, fast forward 4 years from that. And here I am managing Pictured Rocks Kayaking, which has been, I can literally say, I can't imagine doing anything else. I have the best office views out of anybody I know.
Yeah, we joke often that like between you and the high school, they're like $1 trillion views that people just like get to see all of the time. Okay, so let's kind of jump into the nuts and bolts of it because going in to do it last week, I literally I knew I was going to be in a kayak, but outside of that, I didn't really know what to expect. And so as we're getting into the busy season and the water's warming up and the air is warming up and people are flocking up there, what can they expect with Pictured Rock kayaking, and like, what should they bring and what should they prepare?
Sure.
How many push-ups do they need to do? Like those sorts of things.
Yeah. So, Pictured Rocks Kayaking has done something really unique here. We actually take our customers out by means of a boat and bring them to what we consider the best parts of Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. So we always say you get a boat ride and kayaking all in one. With us, we have the advantage of putting the wind at your back. So we may pick, what would usually be our pickup is actually a drop off. Kids have to be 5 years old. You don't have to have any kayaking experience. You're out there with a guide. We follow the rules, and safety is our absolute number one priority. I make that very clear. I'm a very honest and transparent person. And I want expectations more than anything of everyone to be met. So we try our best to provide that professional level of customer service from the very get-go. As soon as they book a ticket, arrive at our office, walk down the dock, get on the boat, enjoy the ride, and then get launched into their kayaks off the back of the boat. And, the difference is we're there. The boat stays with these groups as you experience the entire time. Just in case what if they have to go to the bathroom?
Sure. Yes.
What if the weather changes? We're on Lake Superior. Yeah, you might get a warning, which is good sometimes, right? It's very convenient if somebody's just over it. If it's somebody doesn't feel well, we have the ability to actually get the boat up, get them on board, make sure they're okay. Or like I said, they use the bathroom because they're paddling on our ultimate kayak tour. They're paddling for about 2.5 hours out there. It's a full 5 miles. A lot of people make it the whole way, even kids. But I always tell the kids, it's not an inconvenience. We're there for you. So the boat stays with you the entire time. That's our biggest safety out there in case anything changes. So we really try to provide, the best customer service and best level of safety that we can. And the truth is, sometimes it doesn't work out. And sometimes we go out there and they see why, and we say, not happening today, guys. And they're like, yeah, thank you for not putting me in the water.
Yeah,
So
well,
we,
and I will say two things on that. One, the tour that I took, there was a couple that you had literally, when you talk about professionalism, you're selling yourself way short, because there was a couple that was on that had been planning with you guys for, I think, 3 or 4 days, right? They had come on a Sunday, and then it was finally Thursday when they get on the boat, because that's just, the weather wasn't cooperating. And so there's that.
right.
And the other thing I would say about the 5 miles, because I know if you're hearing this for the first time, you're like, oh, paddling 5 miles. There is next to no exertion. It was the easiest 5 miles I think I've ever done in any sort of exercise, right? And I run and all of that sort of, but you're thinking 5 miles of paddling, it's going to be like an Ironman. It's nothing like that. It couldn't have been more calm. And I know that the group we were on, you guys were saying how quick we were. It was like rock, boat, right? Like, so we were even moving, and it was totally relaxing. And as I said to my wife when I got back, like, this time of year, it's an incredible view. And honestly, as mysterious as the pictured rocks are, it's maybe one of the best ways to begin to understand what is happening there. I mean, you won't understand what's happening there, but when you get close, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. You have a lot of people that come here. Again, it's a convenience of saying, hey, you guys, the wind's coming from the north. We're going to drop you at Chapel Rock, put it at your back. And obviously we work with that. That is a very important part with it. I'm not going to put you in a headwind and be like, good luck. It doesn't work that way with us. We want to make it as easy, convenient for you guys as possible.
And so let's go back real quick, and then Corianne, I'm coming to you. Let's go back real quick, and I want to talk about that jump from IT to captain.
Yeah.
And because I'm wondering if the analytical mind makes understanding this extremely complex ecosystem easier for you than perhaps if you didn't have that background.
Yes, I think you hit it on the nose. In an IT world, you are just generally a troubleshooter. You look at what is this connected with this, and you just slowly rule out, what could and could not happen, or what needs to be fixed. I am a very, very logistical person out here. And, if we go out in certain winds, I'm telling the guides, this is what you need to do. We're having a meeting beforehand. This is what to expect. It's very logistical from literally the beginning to the end. Again, safety, making sure they're launching safely, all those things. So I agree with you 100%, because there are things that you can always change and you can always improve. And it is the same exact thing in an IT world.
And so, Corianne, if people are thinking about coming up, as they should this summer, what months does this run? When are the best times to come up? And what should they think about making sure that they get a spot on the boat?
Well, I mean, Deidre would be the best to tell you about when to get a spot on the boat. However, I can tell you, I think June's a really beautiful time sometimes to be on the lake, because there's just less traffic on the lake. So you're going to get a more authentic and quiet experience as you kayak along. And then additionally, obviously, July and August, it is hot. It is beautiful. The lake is like nature's air conditioning. So to me, being on the lake in July and August is heaven, because inland, we're from Upper Michigan. We do not like it when it gets super hot. So when it hits 85, 90 degrees, I love being on the lake, because you cool off instantly. It is just a really beautiful way to spend a summer day.
And so, Deidre, how has the season been so far for you? I know we're kind of early. Even last week was kind of early, but what does the season look like? And my question to Corianne, I will punt to you. If people want to get on the boat, like, what's the best way to do that, and how early should they be booking to get on?
Sure. So, we've grown a lot. So we're actually running 4 boats this year, which is something we didn't do last year, which is fun. But, like Corey was saying, June, July is a great time. We always tell people, you want to think about booking out at least a week in advance. It's amazing actually how quick things can fill up. We're offering something a little different this year to give people kind of a taste, and it is a Miners Castle tour. It's $99. It's only 3 hours. Really think that's going to be good for the walk-in people that, come to town and they're like, oh, there's kayaking. Well, what can we do? So we're trying to make it a little bit easier for everyone. But those people that are planning those vacations with the RVs and the hotels and all that kind of stuff, the farther in advance that they book, it's more convenient. And then if we need to make any adjustments, if it's weather, if something in their situation changes, it gives us a little leeway to work with them.
Awesome. And then 2 more questions, and I will let you friends go. For people who are thinking, how long does the season go? How long do you guys actually allow kayaking? Like, how long do you guys run?
So last year, I can go by last year was the longest we ran. We actually ran until October 9th. It was an extreme last minute decision on keeping one of our boats in the water because we could see where the weekends were going to go. And so we were like, listen, people are up here for fall colors. And normally kayaking would shut down right at the end of September. And we were like, let's run it. Let's see what happens. And those first 2 Saturdays in October were absolutely amazing. So it is weather dependent. However, it is like nothing we see during the summer because you're getting the colors, you're really getting that just natural fall calmness if we get it. So we always say, now we're saying October, but it is very, very much weather dependent on those weekends.
And then the last question is more of a comment from me for you to respond to. There's currently construction going on right in front of the launch. And of course, you're building a building all at once, right?
Yes.
What I would say is when you get that email, all of the information you need for this to be as seamless as humanly possible is in there. So follow the directions that they send to you because they make it super easy, because otherwise it will not be super easy. So the communication from your team is incredible. So follow the directions and everything will work out seamlessly.
Well, I appreciate that because we've been literally dealing with, and Corey can confirm this, construction in Munising for, what are we going on, like 3 years or 4 years now?
3 years. And we're coming up on some other projects that are going to start too. So yeah. And it's really been literally our whole highway in front of us. So we have tried very, very much, hey, there's construction. So I appreciate you actually mentioning that because we try to be very, very precise on here's an alternate route, and it's right there. But yeah, construction usually throws people off. We tell them, hey, try to get here 40 minutes ahead of time. By the way, there is construction. So you might want to try to get here an hour ahead of time and still hope you're here 40 minutes ahead of time.
Before you go, what is the website for people to book? And then I will let you get on with your day.
And that would be paddlepitchedrocks.com.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful summer season, and I will see you, Corianne, towards the end of July.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.